في أتركب ما ميس
أولئك السيدون يعني أخذ لم تنقذ زري إكدون يا
yes.
Okay, my name is Cathrine and I'm going to present the NDO New Distributors Orientation tonight for distributors. So what is NDO? NDO is it's important and this is recruitment and a thing that you need to know and follow once you are in a business because this will help you into the way of success because it's a 4 pillars that help you and then it will help you to know how to work. So NDO is very important. Why we say it's important? Besides the reason behind is that in the world you live, there are a lot of negativities and negativity will never leave you. But then NDO will help you how to be ready with negativity comes to you even during the times of the business. So this will help you to lead you to in a successful way if you want to be. And then it's not easy to be successful in life. Poor is not easy. It takes time to be successful in life. You get what you deserve. You don't get what you want. So what you need to know is this 4 activity loops, which we call it the NDO, New Distributors Orientations. And now we're going to start here. As you see it on the screen, there it's written for number 1, there is name list, invitation, make the substance presentation, and follow up. So we have all these 4 steps that we are going to follow in the business for us to lead us to success way. Let's start next. Okay, here you can see in the screen that it's written name list, which means you need to take 30 to 60 minutes and the name list, you need to have at least 50 to 150 members there, which is friends. You go down to there, FRIENDS, friends, which means friends in F category. You can see friends, friends of friends, and family, which means your friends, maybe like your childhood friends or a friends that you have gone your high schools with, like the colleges and whoever they are, your friends. And their friends of friends means they are the friends of your friends, which means a little far from you, but then you can get close to each other because they are the friends of your friends. And a family, what do we call it? A family is like your brothers, your sisters, all those in a family, one group of families. So you can just note their names down in a book. First, what you need to have is that you must have a notebook which you write down the name for all these members and then you can note down that. And if you go to the next, which is R, relatives, X, relationship, and retailer, which means relatives. Okay, when you call relatives, then you can mention it's like your cousins or your aunties, uncles, and then all these second cousins, all these your relatives. And X relative, which X relationship, which means like they are okay, you have your ex-girlfriend, your ex-boyfriend, all those, and a bad relationship that have been broken, like your enemies or whoever they are. So you can just write down. And there is a retailer. When you call it retailer, that means there are a person who just have their own retail sales, which is they are doing their own business and all that are retailers. So you can just write their names, relatives, ex relationship, and retailer as well. Then number I there. In number 3, we have I, which is institution. When you call it institution, means like there might be a student or a college students, university students. You can just write out all their names because if you invite and write this institution members of the student's name, that means the students they can have this specific income from this, and they are going to have this financial freedom through this. So you can just invite them as well because students do need the income for their payment for the school fees and all the tuition fees and what they have a lot of needs. So you can just write down here. And E, you go to the employee, engineer, and enemy. Okay, E, there is employee, which means em, em, which is employees like people who have already employed in the government sector. And then engineer, okay, engineer, when we say engineer, it's the engineering classes. So engineers are people who are doing these IT sectors and all this, like a plastic engineer, electronic engineer, computers engineers, and all this. There are a lot of kinds of engineering. And then you also have the enemy, which means people that who are not that close to you. Like, okay, you have a friend or you have a person that who you really hate or who you really dislike, then you can just go on and note down your name as well, because even the enemy here, they are the negative people, but they still can do the business together with you because even your enemies knows the best of you. So you cannot do anything that is beside that, and you can just write down every of your names here. And if you go to the next there, you have N, which is neighbors, stars, and negativity people, which is neighbors means like just your neighbors who live just beside your house, who live at the next block of you, who live at the front of your house, or who just live nearby you. And then there is NARS, which means okay, we know NARS. Nurses are like those people who are just working in the hospitals, or yeah, they are having their own income from the government sectors, but then you can still write your names. And negativity people, okay, there are a lot of negativity people, like people who have been in a business, people who have been in a business and have stopped because of their negativity thoughts have wind over them, but still then you can just write down their names again and invite them again. So these people will lead you to the positive kinds. And B, you have doctors, dealers, and distributors. Okay, doctors are, if you go to the doctors, as they are doctors, they will just check on these products, and that it will be really helpful for you to grow this. And then dealers, okay, these dealers, they are just dealing on to the across, bubbles, and all this. So you can just write down their names. And the distributor itself, okay. So when you call it the distributors here, they all have their own job sectors, but then you don't have any difference. You don't have any declarations among this, and just note down every of their names. As you have the students, strangers, and social media, FB, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp, which means the students. Okay, here you need to write in. If you know a person who is studying, who is in a college, who is in a high school, just note down them. And then strangers, when we call it the strangers, and a social media, okay, like you meet someone when you are on a way, or you just meet someone when you are maybe like passing through college or passing through the way, and you just happen to notice other, and then you can just even make a relation and then just note down their names here. And even a social media platform like which is FB, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp. We all have our FB account, we all have our Instagram account, and we all have the Twitter. Maybe if you are using Twitter, then there are a lot of followers which you have, and you even have your friends there. Just go through your friend list there in Instagram and FB and just note down everything. Okay, then next star. Okay, here we have this invitation and appointment. Okay, this is really important if we are going to be in a business. This invitation and appointment, you need to keep it short and simple, just 2 to 5 minutes, which we call it KISS, which is you need to go it in a professional invitation or appointment and professional way. There's unprofessional way and there's professional invitation and appointment way. So which means you need to learn to invite in a proper way. Need to learn it. You just need to learn how to approach people in a simple, short, and simple, proper manner, so that with a manner where prospect could think that you are really serious despite your schedule. So just keep it short and simple. Just take like 2 or 5 minutes. Oh dear, like we just have this program tonight. So if you could give us your time despite your busy schedule, I would be really thankful to you. Just keep it short. You don't need to mention it long. So this is how we do. Just change the type and just be polite to them. Politely approach it. Just learn how to do it in a proper way. Okay, sorry, next please. And here we have this Magnasa plant presentation, which is effective presentation. There you can see learn the company. Okay, when you say learn the company, you need to know Magnasa. What is Magnasa? Okay, we are in Magnasa company. So you need to know what company is it, who are our directors, who are our founders, and all this. So you just need to know all this. The company is what is the company about, and learn the Magnasa products, which is learn Magnasa products. Okay, we have a lot of kinds of products, 100+ products, and there we have supplements and body care, even all this. So you just need to know what are the supplements good for, and based on what they are produced, and what are the organics and the ornaments that we have used in all these products. So you just need to know the best of all this and learn Magnify income plan. Okay, we have this binary system and we all know this, but you need to learn it clear enough to be able to present it effectively and learn the system. You need to learn the system, what system we are following here. Okay, we have this system that which is really, really good, rather compared to other companies which have ever been there. So we are the only system that have this binary system and a daily system. So you just need to learn all this well, and then learn how to give effective presentation. And there is written, you will learn, you will do, and you will teach. So that's how we do. And okay, when you do it effectively, sow the plants effectively. Don't always approach the same way. Don't always approach your, just don't always approach your prospect in the same way like you did yesterday. Because if you are not closing the deal today and by tomorrow or the next day you are doing it the same way again, still you're not going to close the deal because you still need, there is a thing that you need to upgrade yourself. So just learn and check yourself where you need to upgrade yourself. So don't sow the plant always in the same way, don't approach them in the same way, or don't depend on someone else to sow the plant for you, because this is your business and you are the one who is responsible for this. So be oriented of what you are about to face and how you are to handle it. So you just need to be oriented with that. And you should have, okay, sorry, next, low next look. Oh, Oh, so so this is how we are doing an effective. You should have at least 150 name lists in your book after sowing plants. Okay, what you need to do is after you sow the plant to your prospect, never ask them if they are interested or if they will join the company, the business with you, because this is really a stupid question to ask. If you ask them, oh, are you interested in the business? Are you interested or are you willing to join us? Then this prospect might be confused and it might lead to confusion, hesitation to join the business. So just tell them like this. Okay, there is a hint. Then you can just show them your name list book. Maybe if you are having the name list book, then you can just show them to the prospect and say, oh, sister, oh, brother, I'm very serious in this business and I don't know about you. But for me, after listening to the business plan from my mentor, from my sponsor, that I get to see the vision of this company and I got sure that this business will lead me to change my life. So, so you are just going to say that to them. And if you are willing to be serious, and I have a lot of name lists that I have written down in my diary, which I will approach it every day. But I am here approaching you first. It's because I don't have anyone to approach to, but it's because that I personally, you are the person whom I look up onto you. So I can just think if you are going to be serious, then you can be the first positions of whom everyone who is going to join in this business circle with me. So I don't think that you will be just in below to someone else. Say just because of that I am approaching you first, even if you are willing or you are not, it's your choice and it's a decision. But I just want you to know that you are the very first person that come in my mind when I just started this business. So I don't think that you will not want to be below someone else who is going to join tomorrow, day before tomorrow, because I have a lot of name lists here in my name book and I'm going to approach them day by day. So just say that to them and this makes the prospect, this will make your prospect think that, oh, if I join, if I am willing to join, then definitely I don't want to be under someone else who is going to join tomorrow. So this will lead a halfway of your dealing. So you need to let this to be the closing technique of your own. And lastly, we need to say that don't ever make your prospect take the decision for them. Be the one who take the decision for them. Don't ever assume that your prospect will be joining. They will say that, oh, I'm ready. No, never assume that. And don't ever ask them, don't ever give them time to decide. I mean, you just need to be able to make the decision for themselves and say, oh, right after you saw the plan, just assume that they are going to join and they are going to sign up. So just think it that way. And that's how you are doing it. And then lastly, we have do not follow it within 24 to 48 hours. Prospect will lose interest after 2 days. So you are approaching your prospect and maybe your prospect is not giving any answer on the very first day that you are approaching. But don't give it on that. Just keep on following. But you don't need to do it like in a day. So just leave 48 hours in between, or maybe you can skip one day and do it on the other day, next day, and start just go and say hello, hi, how are you doing? Just go and say a wish again. But you don't need to talk about the business each and every day. Just give a gap, make a friendship, build a relationship between you and yourself and him or herself. So just build a relationship first, and that will help you to you and him or you and her get close to each other. So that's how you are going to approach, and that's how you are going to follow it. And then there will always be a rejection that which you are facing to the prospect that you are approaching to, but know that there is no rejection. It's just that the time is not right. If the time is right, then the prospect will just approach you by himself or by herself. It's okay. So you just need a time. You just need a time for you, and you just need a time for himself and herself. So that's what you are going to do. And this is how, and this is the NDO that which will help you. So if you are writing down the name list, that will help you really well, because from my experience and from me as well, I'm telling you that I wrote down some names here, and then even my team's prospect name. So I'm doing all this, and it helps me really well here, because this makes me saying that, oh, I don't have any prospect to approach. No, I'm not saying that, because I'm writing it down here. You can do that as well, and just follow the steps. Just follow these four pillars, and this will help you to the way, and this will lead you to the way of success in the business. So this is what the successor do, and you and I can do it. And know that this business is your business, it's not someone else's business. So you are the one who is responsible for it, and so you can just do on to that. Oh, hello, sir.
Yes,
Okay, I'm done
yes,
with my
yes,
presentation.
Miss.
I'm done with my presentation.
Imo, thì giống con mấy lom nè đó.
Chứ không khai nha, xài dưới khai nhìn lâu yang lâu mấy rồi xem.
Ừ.
Surgery kanin mo ay low ka lang malampang ka ilaw ka tanga mo surgery tuan anu lampang ka low ka draw.
Sarmoya kha, Sarmoya hiền English in nè, so nghe Sarmoy soi thái tiệm. Kami NDO, and tin nghe business lo tin na kai lon kha ni ta ti tur poi mo ang chi. Ti nghe tur ang chi kha ni ta. Thái tiệm nang man han just te Sarmoy.
Hello,
Yeah,
Sir
it's
Moy.
hi, Miss. Thank you. Nice to meet you again. It's very nice. First of all, the personality of Miss Catherine is that she have enthusiastic and concern and respect of people that she speak. That is number one. And number two is that she gave very clear information of the company. And then I myself also I was convinced. I think the word convinced is not exactly good, which may underestimate or hurt the sentiment of others. But because of her, I am giving my full